What's up, everybody? We back with another message, another video. Thank you to all my new subscribers and future new subscribers. You know we do nothing here without God because everything is spiritually led by God over here. We cover the world from a spiritual and physical aspect to get the raw, real, and uncut answers. So anything you hear, anything you see in these end times, may you test the spirits, aka take the words and visuals back to prayer with God, as there are many Decepticons running around and these end times sent from the enemy had a strong, close, and personal relationship with God. Good, great, awesome. All right, everyone. So last night I was asking the Lord some things regarding the transfer. We were just talking about it. But then I remembered some of the things he had told me Friday and, a few days ago. And I asked him, could I do this checklist video for you? And he said it was okay. I have been enjoying my off time, just waiting and doing nothing, essentially. I've been enjoying. So God told me, what was it, Saturday morning or like 2 a.m. or something like that? This is what he said to me. I am giving grace to my people to get their plans together because there is no more delay. So basically what he was letting me know is people are either trying to get themselves together with their exit plans or withdrawal plans, or trying to figure certain things out, and he's giving the grace for them to do it. Like, this stuff could happen any day at this point, okay? So that's what he had said to me. So there is no more delay, so people need to get themselves together. So just understand, I am not here to tell you what you can do, what you should do, what to do. I'm here to give you the checklist that God gave to me, all right? God's job is to do that and tell you what to do and instruct you. Now, any questions, ask God. There are plenty of videos, depending on what you have, wallet-wise, if what you don't understand. There are plenty of videos going over the basics on this channel and all over, all right? So do the homework, the research with God, all right? So let's go over this checklist. Number one, do you know how to buy and sell, exchange with crypto? Do you know how to do that? This is something you should already know. If you bought something, you should know how to sell it. If you don't figure that out, do you know your exchanges design? Like, how is the platform designed? Where are certain things when you click on them? Where are they at on the exchange? Know your exchanges design, so when it comes to the exit plan, you know where everything is. Don't be a stranger to the exchange and not know what's going on. Don't be unfamiliar with it. Do you know exchanges withdrawal limits? So whatever exchanges you are on to send outward to a credit union whenever God tells you to, if he told you to do that, do you know what the withdrawal limits are? Wire transfers, what are fees? What are all those things? Have you looked these things up? Do you know how to send funds through the appropriate networks to your cold storage, your wallets? So do you know how to send USDC to the Ethereum network? Which leads me to another thing that God brought up. Ethereum, in order to send coins like USDC, or if you had Shiba or anything like that, in order to send it from your wallet to an exchange or whatnot, however you're doing it, you have to have Ethereum on the wallet to cover gas fees. So just a tidbit, you have to have that. That is one thing he reminded me of. You have to actually have the Ethereum coin on the wallet on top of whatever coin that you sent through that network, like USDC, okay? So just a little thing there. So do you know how to work MetaMask or hot wallets? Like anything involving the hot wallets, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. If this applies to you, do you know how to move things through there? Do you know how to protect stuff like that? Do you know how to exchange, buy and sell? Do you understand what you're looking at in the wallet? Okay? All right, next one. Do you understand what gas fees are or transaction fees? Do you know to pay attention to how much is being taken out when you move things through networks or when you purchase something? Okay? If God told you to get one, do you have a credit union? And if so, make sure you call them before sending loads, massive amounts of money so that they don't have suspicious red flagging activity over your account. Are your devices, wallets, PCs, whatever you use in, fully secured, and do you know how to use each one? So do you have like the antivirus software on your phone or computer? If not, after the transfer, you should probably invest in getting that to protect yourself, because the enemy will try to be very crafty using Wi-Fi, and like don't be trying to check stuff out in public spaces openly on Wi-Fi. They can actually get stuff like that through there. So if you use the phone, anything for the phone, passphrases. So if you have a ledger, do you have passphrases set up for the maximum security? Okay. And if you have any other wallet, I don't know all the wallets in the world, so do your own research, ask God about it. Okay. I do not have all those answers for you. Did you ask God for permission to be a part of what you are in? We always talk about that. That's pretty self-explanatory. Sit down and think about that. You see how long this checklist is so far? See how much you actually got to think about? This ain't just like oh, I'm just going to send this to you and boom. Did you pray over devices, wallets, and investments? Did you plead the blood of Jesus over all of those things? That's also very important. Please don't forget to do that. If you didn't ask God to do it, you probably didn't do that either. So do it. Are you trying to build a stronger relationship with God? So are you trying to upgrade yourself to understand God's communication with you in order to do the right things with this transfer? All right. If God told you to do so, are your sale limit orders still open and available? Because I know Coinbase, I've heard things of people's stuff just being closed. Check your stuff every day to make sure it's still set. Because you know the enemy going to try to be wicked with it. That's why you need to pray over everything. Don't be somebody that set something and then check it 2 months later and it ain't there. That's on you. Do you have an exit plan to send off exchanges at all with God? So that's something personally given by God. How much are you receiving is really going to be the question. Are you just sending USDC? Are you invested in like another banking coin? What is going on? I don't tell people what to do because it's not my place. Okay, I can't tell you what to do because I don't know what your portion is. So asking other people, should I do this and should I do that? I don't tell anybody what to do. I don't suggest wallets. I don't suggest coins to buy per se, but I do explain what God has given me that he's warned me about with the particular and respective coins and gold and silver. So I can't tell you what to do. I just can't do that. Have you done a test run of this exit plan if you have one? All right. Are you staying quiet or are you telling everyone around you? Because the enemy always listening. If God told you to do so, do you know how to buy physical gold and silver and where from? Okay, if he told you to do that. Are you holding another person's crypto? Did God tell you it was okay to do that? If that is not something you asked, you better check right now. Because see, if God didn't tell you it was okay to hold another person's crypto, don't do it. Because you have no idea what that person's relationship with God is in full, or you may not know in his eyes what they're supposed to receive, if any at all. So do it now before they end up losing what they gave you. Did you update all devices and apps? So firmware, did you update PC and phones and apps for the exchanges? Did you update everything? Yes, update your firmware, because if you don't, you have a better chance of getting hacked than if you didn't. You understand? Because that's an outdated version of your wallet. You don't want to have funds on an outdated version of a wallet. Can you imagine if the banks had like been outdated in some way and open access to your funds? Yes. Do not let the spirit of fear and lack of knowledge mess you up and cause a transaction not to go through because you didn't update your firmware. And there's a bug with that particular coin or something or network. Okay? Big checklist. A lot to think about. Have you done all these things if they applied to you? Now, everybody is not supposed to receive this first wave. Okay? Listen, too many people are hopping from channel to channel and are worried about when it's going to happen. Now many are unprepared for the right now. Watching this, when is this, when is that, but you should have been making moves for an exit plan. God is going to have people sitting there to think about why they didn't receive it in a major lesson for the next part, the next time of this transfer, because it's more than one part. God said, I will sit the world still. So you ain't going to have no choice but to sit there like a kid in timeout thinking what I could have done better. And I should have listened after 100 warnings. That's what it's going to be. God told me too, many are taking their sweet time and don't realize I am about to release this. So stop hesitating and procrastinating. He's giving. That reminds me of the dream I had when the angel was appearing to be a teacher talking to kids like, you know, be lucky I gave you grace to complete the assignment. But translation, you know, God is saying, be thankful that I'm giving you grace to even come up with this exit plan last minute. You know, I know I had somebody say, well, God, you know, and lucky don't go together. That was just a translation in the dream, by the way, for those. Like when the angels was saying, this teacher says to the students, be lucky that I'm letting you do this. But in reality, in a translation form, God is saying, be thankful you are given the chance to complete something a little bit later. Y'all understand? Because I don't know when this is going to happen. And he really wanted me to get this out. So he added on to this idea. So come on, y'all. It's time to get it together. Close every gateway the enemy has in the name of Jesus and do not self-inflict by second guessing or worrying. That allows easy access for the enemy to take advantage of you. So don't be somebody that's hesitating and second guessing right now. That's a gateway you are allowing the enemy to take advantage of. You know what God told you at this point. If you are somebody who is scrambling right now, learn from this. It's like a final exam. You knew it was coming for months. You knew the date of the final or the month or the season that God told you it was going to be in. You even knew about it for the whole year. Some for a year span for others. And yet you are still unprepared. If you're scrambling, learn from it and never do this again. That's the lesson God want to show you. If you got some solidifying to do or little tweaks to the exit plan, cool. Everybody's portion will not be the same. Okay? Don't put God in a box and don't limit how he's going to do certain things. Stop channel hopping and trying to be nosy about when. I know we do it, but if you're doing it and you're unprepared, it's a problem. Different if you prepared, but if you're unprepared and whatever, that's something that you got to learn from, all right? So I hope that this video gives you some understanding at this point where you should be mindset-wise and with God on this whole transfer, all right? Peace and blessings, and I'm going to catch you all in the next one.